Hello students, welcome to video lecture on virtual lab. In this lecture, I am going to discuss inverting operational amplifier, and in next lecture I will discuss non-inverting operational amplifier virtual lab. Now this is experiment for SY BSc Physics at Savitri Bai Phule Pune University. And here we will see circuit diagram, actual connections, input and output of the operational amplifier. So here this is a operational amplifier we are going to use. It is IC741 operational amplifier. It looks like this. If we see its block diagram, it is actually 8-pin IC, and these are pins. First pin it is offset null, second pin it is called inverting input, third it is non-inverting input, fourth pin that is for negative supply, fifth pin it is offset null, generally it is not connected, sixth pin that is output is taken here, and seventh pin is for positive supply, and eighth pin is not connected. And if we see block diagram of this, so here this is inverting, this one is inverting, this one is non-inverting. Here we take output, here positive supply, here negative supply. So this is block diagram of operational amplifier 741. Now, what is aim of our experiment? Aim is to design and set up an inverting and non-inverting operational amplifier circuit with op-amp 741C. Objectives: after completion of this experiment, student will be able to design and set up an inverting and non-inverting amplifier using op-amp. She will be able to design and implement op-amp inverting and non-inverting amplifier circuit. What are equipments and components needed here? We require dual power supply of 15 volt, function generator to give AC input, oscilloscope, breadboard, IC741, resistors, probes and connecting wires. These are our requirements. Now what is, we will study in this lecture, we will study inverting operational amplifier. So what is circuit diagram for inverting amplifier? Now see here, this is symbol for inverting operational amplifier. For 741 these are pin numbers. Pin number 2 it is inverting terminal, pin number 3 it is non-inverting terminal, pin number 6 is output, 7 it is connected to plus VCC, 4 is connected to minus VCC. Now here first we take feedback. Feedback means part of output is given to input through some circuit, feedback circuit. Here we use simple resistance RF. Then we connect resistance R1. So it is like this. So here it is taken from output, then RF resistance is connected, then another end of RF resistance it is connected to inverting terminal, and then another resistance is connected here, that is R1, and then here we connect terminal 3 that is non-inverting terminal to the ground, and signal is applied between R1 and ground, means signal is given to inverting terminal, and output is taken between 6 and ground. 6 and ground. Now here gain of the operational amplifier, theoretically it is minus Rf upon R1. Rf, it is feedback resistance. Feedback resistance. If we want to find practically gain of the operational amplifier, then measure input voltage, measure output voltage corresponding to input voltage. Here negative sign indicates that output is inverted. Means if Vi is positive, V0 is negative, and when Vi is negative, V0 is positive. So output is inverted in inverting operational amplifier. Now if we suppose take here this point A, this point A, according to we know golden rules for feedback, negative feedback. So first one, no currents flow through the input terminals. Means here current through this will be 0 and current through this will be 0. And second is voltages at two input terminals are nearly equal. So these two rules are satisfied. So what happens here? So if we take this point and this point, these are input points. They must be at the have same voltages. Now here we have Vp is equal to 0. So here at this point Vn will be equal to 0. Means A is at 0 potential. So that's why this point is called virtual ground. Virtual ground. It is not actually connected to ground, but it is at 0 potential. That's why it is called virtual ground. So this is about inverting operational amplifier. And here we are using 741. We are using 741. Now we will go to experimental setup. So here this first one, it is functional generator. The second one, it is dual power supply. Now this is board on which resistances, operational amplifier, they are fixed here. And here we have CRO to measure input and output. So two probes, this is Y and this is X. So probes are taken out from that. Now here, so this is circuit board on which we have fixed components. This is operational amplifier 741. This one is pin number 1, this is pin number 2, this is pin number 3, this is pin number 4, this is 5, 6, 7, 8, and they are connected here. They are connected here. Here we have arrangement for circuit connections. So they are connected here through wires. And here it is fixed on small PCB. Now here we have one resistance. It is used as R1, and here I have taken two resistances. So you can change RF. So here first one, this one is 10K, and this one is 5 UK. So here means you can write here this is 10K and this is 5 UK and this is R1 and that is 1K. Now here if we go back, so first we have to connect feedback circuit. First we have to connect feedback circuit. So from output terminal we have to take we have to connect RF, then RF we have to connect second number, and then second number we have to connect to R1. So we will connect here accordingly. So here so first we will connect this here, 6 number here. First we will connect battery. So here this is positive terminal of the battery. We have to connect this positive terminal of battery to 7th one. This is pin number 1, this is pin number 8, 7th one. Now negative we have to connect pin number 4. So we will connect here. So they are connected. Now we require ground also, because we give input between ground and input terminal. Output is taken between output terminal and ground. So here we will take out wire from this. And we will connect here, and here we have 1, 2 and 3 terminals. They are connected here. So we have connected battery. Now we have to connect RF. So here we have, this is 6 number. So let us take wire from this and connect it to RF. So we have connected here. Then RF is connected to pin number 2. And then pin number 2, it is connected to R1. So we have completed this. Now we have to connect, we have seen here. Then we have to connect pin number 3 to ground, and input we have to connect between R1 and ground. So here we will first connect pin number 3 to ground. So first connect pin number 3 here, and then from this we will connect it to ground. So it is connected to ground. Now we have to connect input between R1 and ground. So here we have, this is function generator. So this one we have to take and we have to connect it to resistance R1. So here I will take another wire. So it is connected between this, and other one it is connected to ground. So input is connected. Now we have to measure input as well as output. So here we will on this, and we will set frequency 1 kilohertz, and then using this knob we can vary Vi. And using this knob and these two knobs we can change frequency. But here we will keep frequency 1 kilohertz. Then here we will on this battery and we will apply 15 volt. 15 volt. So here since it is dual power supply, we get 15 0 minus 15. So in this way we have connected circuit. Now to measure input, we will set some input voltage. To measure input, we have to connect CRO. So Y terminal of CRO we will connect between 2 and ground. So we will connect this between 2 and ground. So we will get sine wave signal because we have applied sine wave signal of 1 kilohertz on the CRO. Now we have to connect output to CRO. So other probe or other channel we will connect between terminal 6 and ground. So we will connect here. So it is connected between 6 and ground and you will get signal. Now if we see signals carefully, both are sine waves, but when we see here, they are inverted one. So for positive of input we have negative of output, for negative of input we have positive of output. So signal is inverted. Now go on varying this input voltage between 0 and 1 and measure corresponding output voltage using CRO. So for that purpose we have to set scale on this, means we have to set sensitivity of CRO so that we get that signal properly in the screen. So we can measure output and input voltages. So this is simple circuit connection. We will see this again. So we will see this again. So I will erase all. Now see here, first we will connect battery. So here positive terminal of battery, this is pin number 1, this is pin number 8, these are RF resistance, this is R1 resistance, this is pin number 4, this is 5 and so on. So pin number 7 we have to connect to positive terminal. Then pin number 4 we have to connect it to negative of battery. Then we have to make ground. So we will connect this ground here. So and now these 1, 2 and 3 terminals are connected through wire. So all these terminals are ground terminals now. Now we have to connect feedback circuit. So here first we will connect here 6 number terminal here, and from this we will take now wire and it will connect, we will connect it to one terminal of RF. Now second terminal of RF, it is connected to pin number 2. Now pin number 2 will be connected to R1. Pin number 3 we will connect here. So this is now feedback. Now we have to connect pin number 3 to ground. So we will connect this pin number 3 to ground and we will apply input between R1 and ground. So here this is function generator. So we will connect it here. Then we will connect other terminal of function generator to the ground. So we will connect here to the ground. Now we will on this and we will set frequency 1 kilohertz. Using this knob we can vary input voltage. So take certain input voltage and we have to take input voltage between 0 to 1 volt. And using this we can set frequency, but we will take frequency 1 kilohertz here. And here we have to apply set battery here on 15 volt. So 15 0 minus 15 because it is dual power supply. Now to measure input we have to connect this Y channel to input. So here connect Y channel to input. So we will get signal here. So we get here signal, and that is sine wave signal because we have given sine signal. Now connect second channel to output. So we get output signal. Now if we see carefully here signal, this is output signal, this is input signal. If we take positive peak, corresponding to positive peak of input we get negative peak, corresponding to negative peak we get positive peak. So the sine waveform is inverted. That's why it is called inverting amplifier. Inverting amplifier. So this is simple circuit diagram. Now we'll go to virtual experiment. So here this is inverting operational amplifier virtual experiment. So here we can set RF. We first take input equal to 0, set RF. So suppose we take RF is equal to 10 and R1 is equal to 1 kilo ohm. So this is circuit. Now give input. So 0.05. I got output minus 0.5 because it is inverted. Minus means it is inverted. And see corresponding waveform. If we go on increasing, so go on increasing voltage, measure input and measure output, peak of input and peak of output. So see here 0.5 minus 5, 0.55 minus 0.55, 5.5, 0.6 minus 6, 0.65 minus 6.5, 0.7 minus 7, 0.75 minus 7.5, minus 0.8 minus 8, 0.85 minus 8.5 volt, 0.9 minus 9 volt, 0.95 minus 9.5 volt, and for 1 volt we get minus 10 volt, and corresponding sine wave, amplitude of sine wave increases. Now if we set here some other value, suppose we take here 5 kilo ohm, and then we can go from 0. For 0 it is 0, for 0.05 we have minus 0.25, for 1 we have minus 0.5, for 0.15 we have minus 0.75, 0.2 minus 1, 0.25 minus 1.25, 0.3 minus 1.3, 0.35 minus 1.75, 0.4 minus 2 volts, 0.45, 0.5, 0.55, we have corresponding value here, then 0.6 we get minus 3, 0.65 minus 3.25, 0.7 minus 3.5, 0.75 minus 3.75, 0.8 minus 4, 0.85 minus 4.25, 0.9 minus 4.5, 0.95 minus 4.75, and for 1 volt we have minus 5 volt. So in this way you can change R1, you can change RF, and accordingly that we will get output, but that output is inverted output. So let us make table of these. So here we have first set, we have taken observation table. First we have taken here kilo ohm and 1 kilo ohm. So here for 0 we have 0, for so we'll take 0.1, so we got here 1.0, we'll take positive values. For 0.15 we got 1.5, 0.2 we got 2.0 volt, here volts, these are peak values. 0.25 we got 2.5, for 0.3 we got 3.0, 0.35 we got 3.5 volt, for 0.4 we got 4.0, for 0.45 we got 4.5, for 0.5 we got 5.0, and for 0.55 we got here 5.5. So in this way we can write reading. So we can take 0.1, 0.2, 0.3, 0.4, 0.5 up to 1 volt. So I will remove this. So for 10 kilo ohm and 1 kilo ohm, RF and R1. If we take 0.1 we got 1.0, if we take 0.2 we got 2.0, if we take 0.3 we got 3.0, 0.4 we got 4.0, 0.5 we got 5.0, 0.6 we got 6.0, 0.7 we got 7.0, 0.8 we got 8.0, 0.9 we got 9.0, 1.0 we got 10.0, and V is equal, A is equal to V0 upon Vi. So here ratio is 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10. So we can write result A is equal to 10. Theoretically also RF upon R1, that is 10. Now here we will plot graph. So x-axis we can take 1 centimeter is equal to, you can take 0.1 volt, and y-axis 1 centimeter is equal to 1 volt. So here we have Vi on this axis, so we can take here 0.1, 0.2, 0.3, 0.4, 0.5, 0.6, 0.7, and you can go take 0.8. Now here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, so you will not get that, so we will change scale, we will change scale. So here we will take x-axis 1 centimeter is equal to 0.2 and here 2 volt. So you will have here 2 volt, 4 volt, 6 volt, 8 volt, 10 volt, here V0 in volts, and here we have Vi, so we can take here 0.2, 0.4, 0.6, 0.8 and 1.0, and here it is 0, 0. So for point 1 we have 1, for point 2 we have 2, for point 3 we have 3, for point 4 we have 4, for point 5 we have 5, for point 6 we have 6, for point 7 we have 7, for point 8 we have 8, for point 9 we have 9, and for 1 we have 10. Now join this. So join these points. So you will get a straight line. You will get a straight line. Now you can find slope. So we can find slope between these 2 points. So what is slope? Slope is equal to, now this point is 0.8 comma 8, and this point is 0.3 comma 3. So slope is y2 minus y1, that is 8 minus 3 upon 0.8 minus 0.3. So we get here 5 upon 0.5, so it is 10, and this is gain of the operational amplifier. So graphically we got A is equal to 10. By calculation, average of this we got 10, and theoretically A is equal to minus Rf upon R1, magnitude will take, that is also equal to 10. This is the result. So this is about inverting operational amplifier. In next lecture we will see non-inverting amplifier. So thanks very much here, and in next lecture we will also see some oral questions about inverting and non-inverting operational amplifiers. So thanks very much.